Hello, everybody. We just saw Cats. Meow. Well, so if you guys want to watch us watch this whole movie, I've posted that video, unless I got dinged somehow. You can actually watch us do a full-length movie commentary to Cats. You won't be able to hear the Cats movie, but you'll be able to watch us in night vision and hear us and our reactions to seeing this interesting movie that is being called one of the worst of the decade. Did we think it's the worst of the decade? We're about to tell you here in our review. Thank you to Anthony for letting us come do it. And here we are at the Bellagio Theater in the private screening room watching Cats for you, my audience. All right, look. I think the biggest problem with this movie is that it's really boring. Gil, I'm here with Gil. I'm here with Andrew. I want to get your thoughts in it, but just quickly to sum up my overall feelings, I went into this hoping I would enjoy some of the music. It'd be visually kind of cool, and I thought I'd enjoy it more than others just because I thought, I like risky, weird things. I like to, or even hate watch things that are sort of fun. And the biggest problem with this movie is like, there's no rules to anything. It makes no sense. You can't figure out why things are happening. The songs are not very, I know some of the songs, a couple of them are okay, but the bulk of the songs are just kind of meandering and go nowhere, meandering. And there's just nothing is earned. I don't care about any of the cats. I guess the main girl, the white cat, was fine.
You can't say that. I
can't call her the white cat?
I don't think so.
Ugh, well, anyway, her name was Francesca Hayward is the actress who played her.
What was the cat's name?
Who knows? I don't remember. See, I don't remember any of the cats' names. That's not a good movie when you don't remember the cats' names. And look, I got a lot. I had to choose between 4 cat shirts for this day, and I chose this one. This Cats with the Donuts, because my family's a cat family. So I like cats. I like music. I don't mind musicals. I do love me some Taylor Swift. People who know me know that.
Yep.
And I just did not like this movie. It just was so boring. And that's such a bad critique of a movie, to be boring. Yeah. When you bring your buddies and the beer and you're watching it thinking, this will be fun. It was fun hanging out with you guys. I'm glad you were here. It would have been torturous without you. But overall, I'll get into some more thoughts, but I just want to get to you guys. Andrew, Gil, anybody want to chime in?
Quickly, can we talk about? Okay, we should have walked out 25 minutes into it when they were eating a certain insect.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson scene. Go ahead. What was your thoughts on Rebel Wilson as the fat cat?
Okay, I guess well casted maybe, but too much crotch, too much tail rubbing in weird places. Eating roaches. At that point, that's when they lost me. I was lost the entire film, but at that point, I thought to myself, "What are we doing here? Where is it going?"
I agree. That was a turning point for me in the film as well.
That was probably the funniest part of the film.
Yeah.
Funny? Yeah. Or just like disturbing?
Maybe a little bit of both.
It's because they were
more
humanized.
Disturbing, but it just, as you said, we didn't know the main character's name. The only character I know is the mystical Mr. whatever because he had a song.
Well, they all said their names in the songs. You was Rum Tum Tigger.
I don't know, man. What an experience for 2020. I'll say that.
Gil, where did you come in on this?
I think this is literally. Can we say the day? Does it matter?
It's just January 1st, 2020.
Yeah, we're literally starting out the year. Our first movie-going experience is by far...
Thanks, Andy.
Location is beautiful, but one of the biggest things to me about the film was the fact that I never thought I would, fall asleep in a movie theater with, 3 guys, and we're all trying to, riff on a film, but...
maybe the booze helped. I don't know.
But at a certain point, it's just okay, well, what was funny once... it's still funny now, but this scene just keeps going.
Yeah, it should have been cut about 45 minutes or so. But to give some positivity, the ballet dancing, the lead girl, ballet dancing, phenomenal, I guess. I'm not a ballet reviewer.
That's another channel, yes.
It was visually cool, the colors and some of the sets.
Yeah, the first 5 times.
They spared no expense.
It's all CG.
Sure, but that was...
No, they built some practical sets.
Yeah, okay. That was nice, but again, that all doesn't matter unless you have characters, you have your story. Right?
Well, to be said, I remember seeing the musical when I was a child. My parents took me when it came to our town. It's one of the longest running Broadway shows there is. but it's always been a weird musical. Like the plot has never made sense. So that's why this was never made into a movie, because it was like, well, how would you turn this into a movie? So my biggest
still remains.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say my biggest question is, why did they turn this into a movie? It doesn't serve moviness. And I feel like Tom Hooper, had effects. He was like, oh well, now we can make the cats look like cat. Okay.
But who's asking for that?
Well, that's not even really my problem.
Are they not like that in the play?
Well, they're dressed up in like makeup, so it's different. They're like real makeup, but it's not CGI cattails.
Sure, it's not CGI, but I mean, like, are they wearing?
Oh yeah, they're all full.
Never seen the cat makeup?
Yeah, they're full.
I'm gonna pull it up
cat
while we're talking.
Bodies.
Do they wear a cat suit?
Yeah,
like a onesie.
It looks like that, but not as freaky.
Okay, fair enough.
Like they're more human.
Do they eat roaches in the play?
I mean, I don't remember.
I don't remember that either.
I think that was a style choice that. I think Rebel Wilson already liked eating bugs.
So that's what they look like. They're like more like, it looks like Hook. All the kids in Hook.
Oh, this looks fun. Yeah, this looks like Hook. Yeah, that's
cards and like color.
Now, question: Are you more or less attracted to those things than the were on the screen?
No, the screen was much better.
More attractive?
Sure. No. Ironically, yeah, like this looks like a Halloween costume. Yeah, that looks fun though.
I'll try and pop that up if I have time to edit when I edit. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just sort of confused why they made it. I don't understand what Tom Hooper was thinking. Yeah, he came off Les Mis. He did King's Speech, which I hate King's Speech. I really dislike that movie. It's just such a generic TV movie. And then he comes in and gets all these people because musicals are hot right now. I liked Greatest Showman. I really did enjoy that movie. Music's in it's killer. That did a lot of numbers. No, musicals, when done right, can make a lot of money.
Aladdin made $1 billion, right?
So when done right, yeah, they're great. Frozen, etc. But my point being, this one, I think, too risky. But if you're going to take the risk, at least then turn it into a movie. If you're going to take the liberties, because I've been told even theater people don't like it because they change the dancing and everything. If you're going to like change the Broadwayness of it, then at least turn it more into a movie and like
turn it into a real plot and so on.
Write a script where we believe Jennifer Hudson's character, or understand a little bit more. I want to feel for these cats beyond just the songs, and then it's like, all right, show us this world. And the songs just aren't. I don't know. I don't think the songs
doesn't save the film. You're so distracted by the weird choices in the animation and the CGI that when you finally get to the songs, what are supposed to be like these welcomed relief of WTF-ness, you're kind of like, okay, well, what weird thing are they going to choose to do next?
Yeah, and once the novelty of the weirdness wears off, which it wears off pretty quickly.
Because they don't do anything weird. They're just like, there's some odd choices, but you don't have James Corden going through trash again.
No, and you're right, but it is that about 20 minutes mark. You're like, okay, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
That it could have been a 20-minute short, and we would have still probably not liked it, but we would have been like, that was a thing.
Would have been okay.
But then as it continues,
give me more Jennifer Hudson.
Just like goes on and on for no point.
And then now, question to you, Andy, being the Taylor Swift fan, what do you think about her sequence?
Did you buy the soundtrack?
Well, here's what I wanted to ask, and I'll answer that in this question for all of you. Who is the worst off? Who should fire their agent? When we did a watch, you can watch us watching the whole watch of the movie. But I asked that question, and now I dare to ask us all. Who should fire their agent? Who is the most embarrassed? I think it's Rebel Wilson. I think Rebel Wilson had to do so many dumb cliches and was not off-putting. Yeah, but it worked in Pitch Perfect as Fat Amy, but now I feel like she should be better than that.
Has she? It's not. I don't feel it's a typecast if that's the typecast that you're going for. Like, that is who she is.
I don't know. It felt pretty embarrassing. It didn't feel like a funny fat joke. It felt like a, girl, I'm sorry they made you do that.
Right. I mean, I go back to your question about the agent firing. I'd fire the actors the unknowns, because presumably after this, since this is a bomb, they might not get work again. Or
it's like the guy who played Aladdin.
But who's going to know who they are?
Yeah. So that I feel bad for her. I hope they do get work.
Yeah, Francesca Hayward, who I thought was not, she was actually okay.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Bad. Yeah, but nothing good. Like, she's
nothing
a great
bad.
dancer, but
I agree. Now introducing Francesca, she might be a little screwed because we're like, you did Cats.
If anything, I'd probably say her.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know how Hollywood works, but I imagine it'd be something.
She took the gig. She didn't have any other gigs lined up. She could have been just balleting. So that's an interesting story.
But again, if you look at the cast list and then you look at the director, it looks like a good idea.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, of all the other main ones, Judi Dench,
no.
Ian McKellan, Jason Derulo. I mean, honestly, good for Jason Derulo. All I know him as is Jason Derulo. So for him to show up as Rum Tum Tigger, get to dance around and do an acting scene, probably good for him, right? I don't think it makes any less credit Do you?
I mean, yeah, he looked his cat design looked great to me. One of the him
It
and
even Idris Elba pulls off a cat. I mean, the mean cat. When he stripped down. Woo, he looked good.
Now my question is, did he film that movie
man.
after his Fast and the Furious gig? Because that's what I'm thinking. Because he had a lot of muscle. He went to the gym.
He looked good.
This really just makes me excited for a Lion-O remake. And I assume this is all setting up to Lion-O. Yeah.
Without the singing and then Thundercats, I would be into that.
Yeah.
Now that we got over the nightmare fuel.
This is what Panther did
If Cats
beforehand.
literally just made it so we could finally get Thundercats movie and not feel so weirded, or do you think this will stop the Thundercats movie?
Oh no, I think
stop it.
I think
Definitely
this.
stop it.
I think this film has single-handedly ignited more love for furries across the U.S.
I think Gil's on a crazy person. This will. I got excited for a second, but Gil's delusional. This will delay the Thundercats movie tremendously because they're gonna be like, no, we can't do
everyone's
any
gonna
of that.
want
How
to
much
see
movies is going to
Chitara.
lose? How much money is this going to lose?
70 over 70 million. They're saying just.
No, that from a business standpoint, you can't agree.
Yeah, but it's also Thundercats. I mean, when you talk about people going
maybe
to
if they
the
do
movies,
animation, not like.
Well, all right, back to this review. Look, Taylor Swift was fine. She has a very small scene. It's a very small part. And she wrote another song that I thought was actually one of the better songs, the Beautiful Ghost song. And then Jennifer Hudson shows up and does Memory. It's
killed it. But
Did she, though? I mean, I'm sort of like, I'm so used to her that she doesn't surprise me anymore because I'm like, okay, here comes the Jennifer Hudson moment where it's just like, in Dreamgirls, I was damn, right? And now in this, I've seen her do it better so many other times that it's hard to like constantly hit that note every time. And in this one, I felt like she was acting too much and not singing, and I wanted her to sing.
Interesting.
I don't know.
She has such a limited screen time, and she does Memory, which is like the moment, and I didn't care. And she's, I want to know what happened. It's like, no, girl, sing it. Don't give me cry singing.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is you nailed it on the head is that we didn't care at that point. It's just that there wasn't enough backstory written scenes to build up her character to make you care about her. And okay, if you watch a YouTube clip of her singing, you'll be like, "Yay, that's fantastic singing!" But at the end of the day,
honestly,
it didn't bring that emotional moment, and also because this is not a good movie.
And look, it's not a fun movie. I think that's the ultimate disappointment review.
Just watch YouTube clips.
It's I don't know. It's really a bummer. And the other weird thing is that we were talking about the lack of rules at some point when we did our screen. It just it shows up. The movie starts off. Cool visuals, a city. You're like, all right, interesting. And some seemingly human character drops a bag, and then we cut, and it tosses the bag, and then is throwing the cat away, and then the bag comes out and meets all the cats. And then never, ever, ever do we see any other human presence or threat. There's a dog bark at one point, and then they don't even have the gall to show us the dog bark. And to me, that was just irritating because I'm like, why are you introducing the outside world if we're never going to see it? And it was too much. I'd rather have like Muppet Babies and like Nana's legs come in.
You wanted more Life of Pets.
Yeah, just sort of show me the juxtaposition. If you're going to put me in this world, having big bras come out of things doesn't justify it to me. And so it just became just more and more confusing as the movie went on, and not fun or clever in at all. It just was like it was really just a question of why. A lot for me. Anybody else?
We saw cats. We saw mice or mices, and we
Cockroaches.
saw cockroaches. But other than that, like, there's nothing else. You see legs of a human, but you don't see much else. And there's a lot of cat puns throughout this entire city, which leads to a bunch of questions.
Is this a cat city?
Or is it like, I mean...
Catsino. I love
so
that.
Are the human legs like God just like tossing, or some sort of deity?
You know what it makes me think of?
It makes
me think of Cars, the movie Cars from Pixar.
Oh, yeah.
Where I have so many questions of like, well, how does that work? Do they have humans drive them ever? And can they even open their doors? And why do they eat if they have a gas station? And do they sleep? There's so many Cars questions. We did that in the Honest Trailer. I was so insistent on making sure it was a Cars 2 or 3 when we did it. The Cars questions were I'm like, there's a lot of questions to ask about that Cars universe. But it's the same one where cats are like, well, wait a second, are you cats? Or is this like an Island of Dr. Moreau, like Jurassic World thing where they're like weird, someone was doing some weird cloning technology? That would have been a cool twist at the end.
Yeah.
Suddenly we cut out the end and we pan out and like some people in lab coats are like, they've created their own musical society.
They have their own society now.
That would have been cool, but no, they didn't do that. So overall, it's not funny. It's not good to hate watch. It's just really kind of a bore. Final thought, Gil?
Go find like the what was it, the late 90s like live action one they did.
Yeah, the Broadway.
Yeah, I saw that one. Go watch that one.
Yeah, for real. Don't watch.
I mean,
one.
there's no reason to watch this.
Andrew, final thoughts.
As someone who came into it knowing nothing about this IP, yeah, that was boring, and it sucked, and it's so bad because on paper this should be good.
Should it?
On paper, you have
the names.
Okay, sure.
Director, blah blah blah. This
script paper. I don't know about the script paper.
Sure,
yeah.
Sure. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
The only paper that mattered were the paychecks in this one.
Yeah, but it'll be fun to hear the stories of the actors.
Yeah.
I mean,
like a book.
yeah, I did that one.
You know, like or the interviews, the true Hollywood story.
Taylor Swift is like owning it, like, cause she owned it. She not only was in it but did the songs. But I've seen her now in interviews like, oh yeah, no, we knew it could be weird, but I love cats and I'm proud of my work, and she's being very polite. But James Corden's already been like, yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I hear it's really weird, but look, I didn't see it. He's just playing the I didn't see it card.
Damage control, right?
But it'll be interesting to see how some people are like cats. So tell me about that one. So in that regard, at least now we're in on the joke. So I got to give this one a don't waste your time. That's a boring movie is literally probably one of the worst reviews you could give a movie. So be warned. If you liked it, tell me why in the comments below. I'm very curious because I would love to learn more.
See through your eyes.
What did we miss? Tell me that. Hit us up on social media. I'll put their stuff. He doesn't have it. He doesn't really care about it. You can hit me up on social media, Andy Signor. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And if you want to watch us watch the 2 hours of Cats, we talk about when they are attractive.
Yeah.
Gil and Andrew comment on do the cats look attractive, as well as some other interesting tidbits that came about throughout our watch. And you can see us yawn and laugh and make fun of it. So check that out as well. I'll put that up over here. Thank you much, everybody. Me out. See what I did? Andy, me out.
Oh, God.